to our regular public council meeting for Monday, October 22nd, 2025. Here at Council Day. First thing is our new business. Mr. Pollard? Yes. Okay. Mr. Rob?
Pass.
Mr. Martin? Thank you. Mr. Manning? And I got thanks. Okay, is there anybody who would like to get on the first Q&A session? Okay, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried, thank you. Okay, we have a regular public council minutes for October 14th, 2025. Can I get a motion to adopt those?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any errors or omissions? As we are, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We have the public council minutes for also October 14th. Can I get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any errors or omissions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Conflict of interest, there's a little sheet here. Has a list of applications that are coming forward. And if there is an issue that you have a conflict, please raise it at the time when it comes up, or when it comes up. Proclamations, presentations, Q&A. We have two proclamations. First one is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Councilor Potter.
Thank you, Your Worship. It's from the Miles for Smiles Foundation. Whereas children are the foundation for a prosperous and innovative society, and the foundation for a child's growth and development is established when the community takes responsibility for creating healthy environments where our children can thrive. Whereas every child deserves to grow up in a safe, nurturing environment that fosters their physical, emotional, and social development. Whereas child abuse and neglect is an important societal concern that may affect the long-term health and well-being of not only children, but also the adults they become. Whereas child abuse and neglect impacts our society, our entire society, and our society's future. Whereas child abuse prevention is a shared responsibility, and finding solutions requires the involvement and collaboration of citizens, organizations, and government entities. Whereas this month we call on individuals, families, communities, and organizations to recognize the devastating problem of child abuse and neglect, and actively learn the signs of possible abuse. We urge everyone to seek resources, attend training, and spread awareness to ensure every child is safe, heard, and protected. We commit to creating a community where child abuse is recognized, reported, and prevented.
Therefore, I, Craig Scott, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 to be National Child Abuse Prevention Month in the town of Fort Bay, and urge all citizens to work together to help reduce child abuse and neglect significantly in years to come. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? I do have a excerpt here that came along with this, and it's from the Miles for Smiles Foundation. They're asking municipalities to proclaim October as Child Abuse Prevention Month. They're emphasizing the need to reduce violence against children in our communities. As community leaders, we are respectfully requesting your assistance in raising awareness and heightening prevention efforts. And this was sent to all municipalities through municipalities moving that over in government.
Do we have any go-forward plans to raise awareness within the town? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just a reminder.
Thank you.
So typically what we do with these proclamations, our staff they'll take a picture of this, promote it to our social media channels. And then we'll work together with any of those organizations that okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Next proclamation is National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Councilor May.
Thank you, Mayor. National Disability Employment Month, October 2025. Whereas National Disability Employment Awareness Month, held in October, was established to increase awareness of the positive outcomes of hiring persons with disabilities in Canada. And whereas an estimated 1 in 5 Canadians, or 6.2 million, aged 15 years and over, have one or more disabilities that limit them in their daily activities. And whereas an estimated 4 in 10 Canadians with disabilities have a severe or very severe disability. And whereas an estimated 59% of working age adults with disabilities are employed. And whereas this October, employers are encouraged to take part in a nationwide campaign that highlights the positive contributions that employees with disabilities make to Canadian workplaces.
Now therefore, I, Mayor Craig Scott, on behalf of the Council of the Town of Torbay, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as National Disability Employment Awareness Month in the Town of Torbay. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? Once we pass this, we do have Courtney Abbott here attending from, she's the mentorship project lead with Avalon Employment. So in a minute, I'll get you to get up and have a few words. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Courtney? We got our feedback.
Yeah.
That's because that one's on.
Is that what it is? Go ahead. Hi, Courtney.
Awesome. Thank you for having me here today as we recognize Disability Employment Awareness Month with this important proclamation signing. Like you said, my name is Courtney, and I work with Avalon Employment as the coordinator for our national mentorship program called Mentorability. And for those of you who may not be familiar, Disability Employment Awareness Month, or what we call it as DEEM, it takes place in October of each year. So it's really a time to recognize and celebrate the tremendous contributions that people who experience disability make to our workplaces and our communities. During October, but also throughout the entire year, we really encourage organizations, businesses, but also government to explore how you can create more inclusive and accessible spaces. By participating in Mentorability, it can be a perfect opportunity to do so. We connect you with potential talent through short-term, no-obligation mentoring experiences. It's a really great opportunity to gain firsthand experience working with job seekers who experience disability, to explore untapped talent pools, foster a more inclusive workplace culture, and also just demonstrate leadership and social responsibility. But yeah, thank you again for having me here today, and we do look forward to working further with the town of Torbay and to promote and support disability inclusion in the workplace. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. I'll jump up and we'll get a picture. Before you take off. Thank you. All righty, next on the agenda, our newly elected MHA, Jody Ball. Up, bud. Re-elected.
Thank you, Your Worship. I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone, gallery included. First of all, congratulations to those elected and re-elected on council. I look forward to a positive working relationship for the next 4 years, as we've had for the last 4. So I just wanted to drop by and say hello. I do want to just to advise all of council, and I will follow up with a formal email afterwards, with respect to some road work that I submitted to the department in September, 1st September. So just for your benefit and to those who are listening, road work on Marine Drive from number 2 to number 150. That's approximately in the area of Easterbrook. So starting at the beginning by the cemetery, going down to Easterbrook, heavily traveled area with the schools. 2 sections on the Indian Meal line, number 2 to number 80, and 276 to 346. So all that has been submitted, and from Torbay Road to down Wine Gap to the Welcome to Flat Rock sign. It then continues into the town of Flat Rock's work. So I just want to let you know all that has been submitted, and looking forward to making sure that that's going to be carried out in the next construction season. You all have my contact information. Anything that comes down the line, please give me a shout, give me an email. I know that myself and the mayor are always in constant contact, as with some of the staff, so I do appreciate that working relationship. But always happy to help, and happy to be part of going forward with whatever council sets their priorities on here in Torbay. So, thank you, Your Worship. Appreciate that.
Thanks, don't run away.
The staff said I had a couple of minutes, and that was
Well,
it.
I mean, but I guess to your point, I want to congratulate you on your re-election. I know that you always advocate hard on our behalf, and you'll continue to do that. And I'm going to continue to send you things to advocate for us. And I know that certainly one big issue that we have in the town is water, and a couple of different facets of that.
Mhm.
One is our new water supply that we need. The other one is the project that we're doing at North Pond and additional funding that we're looking for. It's always about additional funding, and we're going to keep coming looking for that.
No
But,
doubt.
I mean, the other issue is to do with the PFAS contamination in the south end of the town. That seems to be exploding everywhere now. It's certainly in more areas than in the beginning where we thought. And we're going to be looking forward to working with you and our MP and pushing that forward for the residents in Torbay. I know you'll be right there with us.
No doubt. I've spent many days speaking with hundreds of constituents from Pine Line to, down to Mans Lane. And it has extended, which we all know. So happy to work with that and facilitate that. MP Thompson and I have a great working relationship, as you've seen in the past. And there's a lot to do, no doubt. But happy to advocate and be that voice, and I'm sure we'll do well.
Thank you, buddy.
Anyway, thank you for your time. Good to see you all. And Mr. Mayor, I'm here till 6 o'clock. I have the Pooch Cove Council meeting at 6:30.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'm here till 6.
We got a brand new council. Our meeting might be over by then.
You never know.
You never know. We'll
Anyway.
see how this group works out.
Anyway, thanks again for the opportunity.
All right, thank you. All righty. Moving on. Mayor's report. I'll just give a quick update. As I had just mentioned to MHA, water has been the top priority for us for last number of years, but in particular a shortage of water this summer. And I want to commend our staff for the hard work they've been doing, and Cameron and Brian, and getting the message out to residents and making sure that everybody understands the water ban that we're on. I guess in the last month, I've probably done more media in the last month than I've done in the last 2 years, probably combined. And it's mostly got to do with the situation at North Pond and the water supply. And I know people are nervous, and they're fearful of what might happen if that water supply goes to a worse point than it is. I tell people I don't even want to think about it, but I have to think about it. I can't not. But I'm hoping that we're going to have some certainly positive news in the next few days, hopefully, Brian, regarding the possibility of pumping some water out of Western Island Pond Brook and into the pond to try and stabilize the situation we're in. I know that we've had some rain over the last little while, and that's good. Any amount helps. Right now, I'm pretty sure that the water is the ground in the watershed of North Pond is at least pretty soaked, not dry as it was. So any amount of rain that we get, it's not just what falls in the pond; it's what goes in the watershed and everything that supplies that pond. So keep our fingers crossed, and our staff are still doing really good work on that, and I know that they're on top of it. So that's just a little update for the residents in terms of water. The other stuff is work in progress. The work in progress with Great Pond and with the North Pond treatment plant and everything else that surrounds that. So that's kind of where would you Any questions?
Just one on the, where we stand on the testing. Are we still waiting for the next round of test results to come back before we decide to pump?
Yeah, they're supposed to have been back this week, but Brian, we're still waiting on that, right?
Yeah, stay
Yeah, we're still waiting on the final nod from Department of Health.
Did we get in contact with them today, Brian? I noticed you were
I did.
going to reach out.
Yeah, I did reach out to him. I didn't hear anything back today, but I'll make a call tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Business arising, no report. Correspondence. We have
Excuse me,
two-
Your Worship.
Yep.
Same topic. I'll pick up from where I left off last council in terms of the water. This time around, I think if from the public's perspective, we were in the process of reviewing the agreement with the federal government, and we wanted to get some further information on a number of things. Just wondering where we stand on the report from the engineers, or the plan for the engineers to come in and speak to us on the issues we discussed.
Yeah, Brian can speak to that.
So I've reached out to the engineers as well, and I'm just waiting for them to get back to me on a possibility of meeting next Monday night, because this week council is tied up with budget presentations and such stuff. So that's what we looked at to date.
Thank you.
All right. Correspondence. So we have two correspondence here from, both of them are from municipalities of Newfoundland and Labrador. One is about the trade show and convention. Want to congratulate President Amy Cody on her acclamation as president again. I as well was acclaimed as Urban Municipalities Director for, I don't know how many terms it is now, 4 maybe. And I think our Labrador Director was acclaimed. So we do have some voting to do when we go to the conference, and I think part of that is going to come up in the next info note. I could look at that. And they want us to identify who our voting delegates are going to be. Typically, it's myself, and it's been traditionally myself and Deputy Mayor, so I think that we'll continue with that, if everybody's all right with that.
Well, I move the Mayor and Deputy Mayor represent us on the municipalities Newfoundland and Labrador as voting members, so moved.
Okay,
Second.
moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried, thank you.
Just on that, Your Worship, on the other members that are there for election, has M&L, and it's only a general knowledge question really, they don't take nominations from the floor anymore? Am I correct in saying that?
It depends. I think that one of the nominees for vice president is a current sitting member of the board, so that position may come up from the floor. I'm not sure. I'd have to, I was gonna go ask about that actually, because I was surprised to see their name there when I was looking at it.
Because the notifications are there to submit nominations for anyone who wants to serve.
Yeah.
I just find it, yeah, it's sort of, for new councillors and everything, to get information at this point in time and not really know what the ropes are and things of that nature, it makes it kind of hard for eminently good selection of people to step forward.
It is, and the nominations closed on October 22nd, so it wasn't that long after the election, so it, I mean, typically for our area, the only, well, I can't say the only, the positions that we would be eligible for would be president, vice president, urban municipalities, and Avalon. The rest of them are small towns, and the regional directors kind of outside of our I guess our area to vote on, so.
You said that Amy got a claim for president?
Yeah.
So they mustn't be taking any other nominations, they must be,
Yeah, it closed on October 22nd, right.
How long is the, do you serve? before
2
the
years.
next- 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, each position is a 2-year period. Alrighty, so committees of council, planning, land use development, Deputy Mayor.
Okay, we had our first meeting. I had my first meeting with Planning and Land Use Development on Tuesday, October 21st, with myself and Councillor Pollard, and Julia, Allison, and Jason from the staff. The motions are outlined in the report tabled, and I would like to give the first motion, please. Motion to conditionally approve application C 2025-126 for a proposed single-story, 6-unit residential apartment building at 1545 Torbay Road in accordance with regulation 33/90 of the Torbay Development Regulations 2015 to 2025, and also the MIX land use zone table, more specifically conditions 4, 15, 18, and Schedule D, and recommended conditions as outlined in the attached background report. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comment? Comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Second motion. Motion to conditionally approve Crown Lands application CL 2025-003 E-164574 for the proposed acquisition of 3.993 hectares of Crown land at 1068 Torbay Road to be able to proceed with the construction of an approved residential development, subject to making the proponents aware of the proximity of the property to the PFAS contamination area as they consider the development, as well as conditions outlined in associated background report. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that this particular application has been on the go for a period of time, and there was some discussion or some issues around the land ownership, and it ended up finding out that the piece of property that is now they're requesting that it be transferred from the Crown was actually Crown land. So in order to continue on with any part of their development, they had to go and seek the permission to buy Crown land or whatever. So that is what that's doing there. In reference to the PFAS contamination, we discussed that at committee, and of course we had previous council discussions around what we do around PFAS contaminated areas. And because this is probably so far, this transaction will probably be so far removed from when any actual development takes place, it's sort of important that they move ahead and have the ability to purchase that land if they so decide, regardless of what the PFAS contamination is, because that won't impact anything until actually development starts, and it's probably much further down the path, and hopefully we'll have solutions and everything issued by then. So we still were of the opinion that we identify and let them know that of the issue, and let them make the decision themselves whether they want to continue or not. So that's it.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, any other comment? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, the third motion to appoint Englobe Corporation to prepare the active transportation study in keeping with the terms specified in the call for quotes and submitted quote for the amount of $37,736 plus tax. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments?
This is part of one of the requirements for the active housing funding, so it's been around for a while as well. So.
Okay, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, the last motion. To accept the Torbay 2025 permit listings for weeks ending October 22nd, 2025 as tabled. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And just for everybody's information, the reason I didn't ask if there was any discussion on those are permits that have already been issued by staff, so there's really no decision for us, only accept the report. Okay.
Thank you. So ends my report.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on any of that stuff in the planning report? No? Thank you.
And
All
thank
right.
you.
Admin and HR, Counselor Goss.
The items that were discussed were the hiring of a Chief Human Resources Officer. Sorry. I don't have this up on my computer, so I'm blind. And Nagar Kanjapur has accepted the role of engineer as part of our Housing Acceleration Funding Project within the Planning and Development Department. And he's got a master's in civil engineering and water engineering, as well as a bachelor in science degree in water engineering. And I think we just welcome her as part of our team and look forward to her contributions. So we want to extend a warm welcome to her. We're now in the process of the seasonal heavy equipment operators. We're reviewing the applications right now that were received on those positions, and we hope to have them filled before November 14th. Further update will be provided once we have one. The payroll and leave authorization automation program. The update on that is we are now transitioning and expanded the transition to include all non-unionized employees that are employed with the town of Torbay, and the next phase of the project is underway, which will include the transition of all unionized staff onto the new system. Hopefully fully implemented and operational on or before November 19th. We'll give a further update once we have that. We have an upcoming staff meet and greet event at bowling, Friday, November 7th at Plaza Bowl from 1 to 3. We will submit the details and have them out to everybody by Friday, October 31st. There are no motions.
All right, thank you. Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you very much. All right, corporate services, Counselor Pollard.
Thank you, Your Worship. We met on the 23rd of October at 9:30 a.m., myself, Councillor Manning, and David, our Director of Corporate Services. The information there's two payroll, I'll read them out anyway. Payroll process for the 11th to the 24th of September was total $162,063.86. Of course, I read that and can't get back to it. Bear with me. No, thanks. The next payroll report was for, just won't scroll down, Dave. The 25th of September to the 8th of October was $128,542.21. And the next payroll from the 10th of September to the 22nd of October, sorry, it was $133,499. There's, if you look through, you'll see there's a bunch of invoices there for accounts payable for over $5,000, but there is a report at the bottom of the page that will be our normal listing for invoices over $5,000. So I'll read those out. There's an invoice here at Black McDonald for the traffic lights project in the amount of $20,119.40. An invoice to Cal Technical Services for stainless steel piping for the Tyndale Pump House in the amount of $16,377.96. Platinum Construction for culvert replacement in the amount of $19,089.29. And Receiver General for the payroll remittance for the 1st to the 15th of October in the amount of $40,911.56, all totaling $96,498.21. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
There's a request for a donation for the Holy Trinity High varsity girls basketball team. We did not review that at this point in time. There's a blurb there, I guess, in terms of what they're asking for and what their intended goal for fundraising is over time. We're this close to budget now, so we will be having some larger discussions on the towns and its donation policy and how we want to operate that this year. So we figured that we will put that off until that point in time to discuss these and any others that we have, and we know there are many. Next up is the Royal Bank of Canada signatory changes. Obviously, council changed over, and usually the mayor and deputy mayor are signing authorities. And with the change in deputy mayor, we will now have to change the forms for the Royal Bank. So with the change in council due to the election, the authorized signatories on the town's accounts with RBC are required to be updated. Colleen Tapper will be added as the new deputy mayor, and Mary Thorne Goss will be removed. All other signatories and signature requirements are to remain as currently in place. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Other than that, your worship, there's not much else there other than the information on items that we are working on a go-forward basis. So if anybody wants to take time to review and ask any questions they want on that, feel free to do so, and we'll be certainly more than happy to answer. I'll bring everyone's attention to the bullet M, I guess, budget versus actual year date, October 22nd, 2025. It wouldn't hurt to take a run down through that before we sit down to review our budgets, because that'll show essentially a snapshot of the items that we will be discussing at budget time, just in a slightly different format. Other than that, your worship, that ends my report.
All right, thank you. Excuse me. All righty, moving along. Economic Development, Tourism History. Councillor Whitten. Don't forget to turn your mic on.
Push down.
Yeah, someone else got it.
The base? No. I got it.
There we go.
Always trouble. Thank you, Mayor. So on October 20th, we met, myself and Councillor Goss, with Carrie Murray, our director, and we just got a brief overview of what our committee is going to be going through. Carrie gave us a brief overview of the full-time staff and our funded position. So the director gave us his role. Cameron Spencer, Marketing Communications, Yulia Fendenko, Immigration Settlement Coordinator, Donna Norby. We haven't really had a chance to meet with her. Hannah Cooper and Derek Diamond. He just gave us an overview on some of the projects underway, so the History House Annex, Mannion Genealogy Project, Regional Transportation, Supporting Newcomers, Regional Tourism Strategy, the Bradbury Memorial, Community Profile on our dashboard, Business Retention and Attraction, and our work with the Green Municipal Fund. So we will have another meeting this coming Monday. It will be our actual first committee meeting. So that is about it for us. Just a brief overview.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Infrastructure and Public Works, Councillor Manning.
Thank you, Mayor. What we have here is an update because myself and Councillor Scott Martin and Brian Winters, we haven't had the opportunity to have our first official meeting, and that'll be coming up next week also. So what you have in front of you is an update of everything that's that we have been dealing with over the last 4 terms for sure. I think I'm not going to go through all of this. If there's any questions there that you have in particular, just ask me, and I shall pass it on to the director right now. Oops. But I think probably, the most important issue facing us now is, and where we stand with it, has already been discussed at the beginning of the meeting, which is the water, and waiting on the engineers to the testing. I'm sorry, waiting on the final testing to see what director is going to be the progress and how we're going to work and deal with the water up there now and what any solutions are. Unless Brian has anything more there to add to it. And as I said, where we haven't met one-on-one, He's the most knowledgeable right here now, so any questions, please let us know or ask.
Okay. I can give a quick update on the water levels.
Thank you.
So over the weekend with all the rain, I think we had like 75 point something mils of rain. So the pond did rise, we brought it up about 4.25 inches. So it did rise 4.25 inches. But then Sunday and Monday, without rain, it dropped another 2 inches. So we got a gain of 2.25 inches. So seems like on weekends and after rainfall, people use more water. So I just wanted to remind people to keep conserving as much as they can. Even though I know it's hard at times, but they need to conserve. And as the mayor and Councillor Manning said, we're still waiting on the testing to come back. And if we can get that testing positive and we can get some water coming up with the brook, I'm confident that we'll be able to bring the pond to a sustainable level for the winter. That's the biggest concern right now is where we're going to be when the pond starts to freeze. And that way, we're probably going to end up starting out at a lower level in the spring compared to other years. So that's the biggest concern that keeps me awake at night. Any further questions?
When do we anticipate the test results to be back?
So the results are back. They're being reviewed by Department of Health, right? So I reached out to them today, and but I didn't hear anything back. So I'll reach out again tomorrow. But they know how important it is to us. So everything else is ready to go. The minute those test results get back and they're positive, the pumps are ready, generators ready, everything is just press the button and the water starts flowing. So we're all good to go.
Okay, any other questions? Great, thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
Recreation, Community Services, Councilor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. Myself and Councillor Whitten met with Director Jen Martin Tuesday, October 21st, 4 p.m. She gave us a great detail of all the events that are going on and happening. A couple of things I'd like to point out. Year to date, we've had 5,955 people in Torbay Common. That's not including regular rentals, birthday parties, and whatnot. The dates for the Christmas events have been set. The registration for residents is going to go November 7th at 10 a.m. and then November 12th for non-residents. And then due to the need for the high number of in-person ticket sales, there's different registration dates for Seniors Christmas Dinner, which will open for residents November 21st at 10 a.m. and November 28th at 10 a.m. for non-residents, if not sold out. You can have a look there if you like at all the Christmas events that are coming up. We did discuss an issue at Upper Three Corner Pond with some user groups complaining that it is dark, so we will turn on the lights. Simple, solve that problem. And while the lights are on, the town's going to advertise that it's a good spot to go for a walk. So,
Right.
Will all of this, the proposal of dates and times all be published?
yes, yep, they will be going out. Director, are those gone out? No.
Sorry?
The dates of everything, when will they be published?
Probably next week. Next Wednesday is the plan for the Christmas flyer.
Right. And will we get them in the Times?
I'm not sure. I'll have to check with Cameron on that.
Okay.
Usually there's a separate Christmas flyer that comes out with all the events,
Right,
but I can certainly check on that for sure.
great,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And we also got into Safe Action Community Plan, and we just briefly talked about budget. And Jen kept us up to date on the maintenance that they go on with the facilities and whatnot, so it was eye-opening to say the least. Everything else is there if you got any questions. If not, that ends my report.
You got two questions, Your Worship, and not fair to ask Scott and Jenny about it, to be quite honest with you, but I will.
Appreciate it.
I don't expect you guys to answer. The commentary on the lights, I know we did last year, year before, had lights on in wintertime to have the track essentially be for snowshoers and that. I wonder if we ever did any cross-reference how much that actually costs us at the end of the day. Just wondering what it takes to run the lights, and that's my curiosity more than anything.
I think
don't know if we ever
it's,
did it. And if not, can we, this time around, once we turn them on for a purpose other than what the softball field is using?
I think it's $1.35 an evening, saying what would normally be on for a game is $1.35. It's the LED lights. Cheaper than having staff turn them on and off.
We should leave them on all the time, sir. Okay. And the other issue is I haven't heard in either Public Works or Recreation, the History House remediation efforts and where that stands in process.
Yeah, I met with Jen and Danny on that last week, so Jen, you can provide an update on that.
Yeah, we got the drawings back September 18th from GSA, and there were some changes Danny recommended to go back to them. Danny's planning to meet with them Thursday or Friday this week, and they're saying hopefully it'll be ready to go to tender in the next week or so.
Thank you.
That help?
Okay.
Full?
Thank you. Yeah.
I have a question too about the lighting. Is it the fall or the winter that we're talking about, having the lights on at night?
Right now, it will be fall and winter. We got groups up there every night. Now, this is a new thing that's come up in the last week. The groups, we have rental groups, and right now we have programs up there that are regularly at the Common due to all our Halloween events and the elections. So the rental groups and the program participants complain it's dark. So, I mean, until we figure out another alternative, we'll probably have to keep them on for the winter and the fall.
So during the fall, the only thing I would ask is that there's an environmental concern with an endangered species that we have here, the storm petrels. When the wind is northeast, they're attracted to those lights at the ballpark. And we've had hundreds of them come in there. So we can arrange something where I just need to be notified on those nights where the lights are on during that 6-week period, and we can have somebody out there patrolling.
I can do that.
During that time.
I can do a schedule and let you know what nights it is. Probably 4 nights a week for sure, 4 out of 7. Now Danny is working on some alternative stuff like, I don't know, solar lights, and so there might be a quick solution, might be a more longer term solution that would have to be built in the budget, but we are working on it. Because it would be wear and tear, that's not a permanent solution to keep the ball field lights on, because you worry about wear and tear on the lights, but it's kind of a short term solution.
Okay. Any other questions?
Those lights on separate bill? Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
All right. Now, liaison committees. None of these things have met. Well, fire department.
Yep.
Councilor Martin.
Thank you again, Mayor. I met with the fire department last Monday. It was my first time. It was really just for me to get used to what goes on and what they do. They did want me to highlight. Last year, they had 260 calls for the full calendar year. Right now, as of October 22nd, I believe it was, they're at 267 calls to date, so they're expecting to get 300 calls in this year. Very busy department.
Absolutely. All right. That it? That all you wanted to highlight?
I did. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, the only thing I will say, Urban Municipalities Committee is going to meet in Corner Brook on November 19th. And myself as the chair of that committee, and Deputy Mayor Tepper will be there as our Urban Municipalities representative on that committee for the town when we go to conference. All right, notice of motion, we have none. New business. Let's see here. Pass. Councillor Martin. That's what it says, Martin.
Oh, thanks again, Mayor.
Oh, hang on now. Yeah. Wait. Let me go around. Yeah, to you, sorry.
Sure, thanks again.
Sorry, excuse me 1 second. Are you doing liaison committees?
None of them met. Did they? That the mayors didn't meet, intergovernmental affairs, no update. Jack
I just
Byrne.
want to speak to Jack Byrne, please.
Jack Byrne, sorry, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah. I just wanted to reiterate the letter that was sent out, and it crossed, thank you, it crossed councils in terms of advising the owner towns that Jack Byrne may become looking for money this year for cover overdraft or to cover some capital items, and we're still in the process of reviewing what that requirement will be. I was there again today, and we are pretty close to the wire in terms of operating funds and how we move that forward. And of course, when all that happens, the pump in the well just went, and the dehumidifier just went. So it's at the age now where things need to be replaced, and I was encouraging, as part of Jack Byrne Arena Board, for the owner members to go back to their respective councils and put some value around what they consider Jack Byrne, or what part Jack Byrne plays in the overall operations of the towns, and the consideration for minor hockey folks. And as well, what I'm talking about, I guess, too, is the need for Jack Byrne Arena to generate some added dollars, I guess, or some more reliable source of funding, because it's pretty fragile in terms of once you get beyond the longer-term ice commitments, then you're stuck to special events, and if someone pulls out, then you're left with a lot of dead space, and the special events are where we're making the majority of the money. But if we could possibly, when we're coordinating efforts within the town for, History House or the Common, consider Jack Byrne in that area as well, so that we don't at least conflict with what goes on there, or we do share some of the advertising that is needed to draw people into Jack Byrne for the events that they do have, and that'll help all the owner towns over a period of time. Anyway, there's more to come on that once we do have our board meeting again in terms of exact dollar amounts, but I know David has left the place marker in the budget, although it is $0 at the present time, but we will be getting back to everybody on that. Thank you, Your Worship.
Okay, thank you. And that letter was distributed to all the council, right? Everybody got that? Okay, thank you. All right, thanks for pointing that out. Councilor Pollard, I skipped all that.
All right, Your Worship.
But I did get a request, though, to make sure Councilor Pollard stays on Jack Byrne Arena, but they must like you.
Yeah. Glutton for punishment, that's all that is.
All righty, back around to Councilor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you for this weekend pass to Director Martin and her team. We went to the Halloween Spooktacular on Saturday morning. My kids did the trunk or treat Saturday afternoon, and myself and Charlie went back to the haunted house Sunday night. I got some numbers, well attended, 370 for the trunk or treat, 121 for the haunted house, and we had 75, I think it was, for the Spooktacular. It was well done, it was a good time.
Oh, good, excellent.
And the staff made sure that I got scared a couple times.
All right, round two, Councilor Manning.
Thank you, and if I had to go first, I would have said exactly minus the numbers, as what Councillor Martin said. Only from my perspective, it's grandbabies. I couldn't not sit down here tonight without making sure the staff knew how well they set everything up and their organisation. I too had the grandbabies down to the fun day on Saturday morning, ran into my fellow councillor there. And yesterday at the trunk or treat, when a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old is coming out the road in the back seat in their car seat saying, "Oh, Nanny, I had so much fun." You got it done. You got it done. So to the staff, hats off, hats off. And it goes without saying, all the rest of the staff too. But at this stage of my life, the grandbabies are my highlight, so I'll always pick up on that. Thank you.
All right, let's back around to me. So, just got a couple of things. Number one, I want to thank staff for all the hard work that you've done over the last couple of weeks since we had a meeting. It's not easy dealing with council, and especially we got a new council, a lot of questions, and I don't know that you're going to guide us in the right way. Trunk or treat yesterday was awesome. I had a great time again. This is my 9th year participating, and I even added some music yesterday. So I had the music playing. It was a lot of fun, and I want to thank staff for helping me out with that throughout the weekend. I want to thank Adam Walsh with CBC for inviting me to do that panel today at lunchtime about water across the province, and everybody is having issues, and you know, it's just so draining when you every day that you wake up and this is what you're thinking about, and I think it's good they recognize that the town of Torbay is dealing with this issue, and they think that we're actually doing a pretty good job dealing with the circumstances that we have, and do reach out to have us participate in that type of thing. One other thing I want to say, and he's sitting right here in the gallery, former mayor and councillor Ralph Tepper. Ralph, you did make it to our last official meeting of the last council, and I didn't get an opportunity to talk to you at that time, so I'm going to take it now. But I want to just thank you for all that you've done in the town over the years, the time that you spent on council. You've been a tremendous help to me, particularly in my first term on council, trying to figure out the ropes and how to do this job, and I want to thank you for that, and your continued support over the years. I know that you're a phone call away or pop over into the office for a glass of water and have a chat, but I just want to thank you for that, and thank you for coming tonight. I don't know why you came, but
Can I tell you right now why I came?
sure. Come up.
No,
Come up to the mic, yeah.
I was out of province when you were christened and sworn in, so I missed that occasion, but I just wanted to take the opportunity. I had to come in to just congratulate everybody. It was a great election, you know, many participants, candidates, and from top to bottom it went well. It was a great outcome, and you know, strange being down there without putting up my hand, but I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm sure each and every one of you are going to put time and effort into this. It looks like now, looking around the chamber, it's going to be a great team, and that's what it takes. You know, you got to be sensible. You got to argue at times, but you got to come to a vote and agree. So again, the best of luck, and I'll be in the wings watching. Okay, Tony? Thank you.
Quietly from a distance, right?
Yes.
Thanks, Ralph.
Thank you. Yes. So is there anybody that would like to get on our second Q&A session to ask about anything that was discussed tonight at the council meeting? No? Okay. So our next public council meeting is scheduled to take place on Monday, November 10th, 2025, 5 o'clock right here in the council chambers in the town of Torbay. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much.
First.